hit a couple threes there late.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was the difference there in the fourth quarter?
What was the difference? Just our defense. The way this team's been playing, to hold them to 100 points and not one 30-point quarter was the difference to me. I mean, you look at Chris and Book, we needed those guys to offensively carry us tonight. We didn't shoot the ball well at all, 41 from the field, and we only generated 23s. That's not typical for us. A lot of it was early. We were giving up extra possessions as they were offensive rebounding. But our defense tonight, especially against their go-to plays, they got a couple of sets where they try to get Towns a three at the top. If you saw the game against Golden State, shot that won them the game. Our guys were locked in the second half for sure, in the middle third. And so if you ask me why we won tonight, it was the defense. I'm sure we all expect to see these offensive explosions when you have Kevin and Book and Chris and D.A., and the shooters we have. But to be able to have that in your tool bag, that kind of defense, I think is something that we need.
Started the game, Kevin was in the corner and looked like you guys were running out of action with the other four. Maybe just take me through that as far as they haven't worked on that. Wasn't anything. It wasn't like we were using him as a decoy. It was, we were just trying to get some type of offensive rhythm. The ball wasn't moving. We were just, running one action shot. When he was in the corner, it was just out of, flattening out the defense. But we try to play with him, Book, and Chris in the middle third at the elbow. That's what we've done since I've been here. There were opportunities to do that. When he was in the corner, it wasn't anything on purpose. I didn't say, Kevin, go to the corner or anything like that. It just happened. How would you assess his play overall?
I mean, if you look at the shooting numbers, you're like, that's not Kevin. It's his fourth time playing in who knows how long. I mean, you guys would probably know. But I think the way he stayed with it, when he hit the three in the third quarter, like that's Kevin. He's not going to run from those types of shots. And I thought he battled on both ends. I think his cardio's got to get back to the level where he wants it. Once he gets that, you'll see, the Kevin that we all know. So I don't want to grade. I thought his competitive edge was there tonight, and I thought he just hung in there. And then at the end, he was in the corner, and Chris and Book and D.A. were in the middle third playing. Like, that's something that we can go to. If you put Kevin in the corner, nobody wants to leave him. If you do, he's going to knock that shot down.
You mentioned the defense. How about those hustle plays for some of those second chance boards,
Yeah.
Josh and Torrey?
They were phenomenal. Josh, his ability to make plays, I thought the offensive rebound miss that he had was just a freak play, but defensively, on the ball, forcing Edwards away from the screen was something that we wanted to do tonight. And he and Torrey, just from fronting in the post to getting over screens to 50-50 balls, I thought those guys were phenomenal. Deflections, that's the kind of stuff that allows for you to win games like this when you don't shoot the ball well.
How'd you like the balance with Chris playmaking for others like we've seen, but also looking for his shot quite a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Chris has to be Chris. As I've said before, he's probably sacrificed more than anybody getting off the ball. Tonight we needed him with the ball, the way they were playing in pick and roll tonight, and I thought he did a really good job. I thought the bounce pass to D.A. for the dunk out of the timeout was textbook Chris. He just read the defense and just waited long enough to draw the big. I think it was Gobert, and got D.A. at the basket. Like, that's signature Chris.
Did Kevin seem a little frustrated early?
I'm sure he did. I mean, he is used to making every shot. I mean, he just doesn't miss. If you watch him in practice, in his warm-ups and his workouts, he doesn't miss a lot of shots. So he's a rare breed. He's one of the few guys that feels like he should make every single shot. And, my job is to encourage him when he doesn't, because there's more to his game than just offense, even though he's one of the greatest offensive players we've ever seen. So, yeah, I'm sure he was, because he wants to make every shot.
To your point, he missed 30 out of the last 34 games. So
that has a lot to do with all the things you were talking about.
Yeah, I think there's a level of rhythm, cardio, finding, where you belong and on the team, offensive rhythm, defensive rhythm. Like there's a lot going on, and when you just jump out there and get with a group that's been playing together for a while, it could take you a minute to find your flow. But those 3 games that he did play before his ankle injury, we saw it. We just didn't see it as much tonight. So I think it's something that we'll get to here quickly.
So the 54 points in the paint, is that a product of everything you're talking about? That's a lot more than you usually get?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give us a lot of threes, so you got to capitalize on the paint opportunities. So if we're not going to generate threes, and we didn't tonight, I'm glad we had opportunities in the paint.
With the doubles on Towns, how would you assess the rotation?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, you look at the score, that's something that almost every team does, but you have to have sound rotations on the backside. And our third defender communication was huge tonight. The guy at the opposite elbow was calling it out, and then we were rotating to the shooters well, and then the guy getting out of it. Sometimes you rotate to the corner, or sometimes you rotate to a cut. And because we've played against a number of guys who play in the post here lately, I thought our guys were pretty used to that rotation tonight.
With the turnover number, did you just like the different look that are creating more havoc through those rotations?
I think the havoc, getting the ball out of a primetime player's hands is huge, and then coming up with a rebound or deflection. In the first half, we just kept giving up offensive rebounds. In the second half, I thought it frustrated them a little bit because they were only getting one opportunity.
Coach, the defensive success you had, how much of it was due to energy and how much of it was due to scheme?
That's a hard one to. I mean, I'd love to sit up here and wax about my coaching ability when it comes to schematics, but that's not the case. Our players bring it every day and they compete. That's one of our pillars. If you can't compete, you probably can't survive here. And I thought that's what you saw tonight, just 50-50 balls, deflections, Book, Torrey, and J.O. just flying around. D.A.'s block. I was screaming to him to stay with the guard, and he saw Chris needed help. Chris didn't foul, which was great, and D.A. came and blocked the shot. Like, that's not a scheme. That's just guys making plays.
Coach, another win down the stretch. What do you think the team is as far as closing out at this point of the season?
I don't know. It's hard for me to gauge all of that because we've had, 24, 25 different starting lineups. I think we're going to be a work in progress, but I like the fact that we can win games while we progress, and I don't think you get a grade for that. I just like the fact that we were able to win what we would call an ugly game with our defense. I wouldn't give that a grade. It's just in the category of winning an ugly game.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Kevin, how did it feel getting out there tonight? Just getting out there, team at home?
Yeah, it felt good. Miss playing, miss being with the guys. It's a good win for us, and we needed this one. I felt good being out there again.
How'd your ankle feel?
Didn't feel it at all. Felt great.
Curious with just, we know that you made shots and start 0 for 7. Was that how frustrating was that, and how were you able to get over that and keep and find your rhythm there late?
Yeah, it's frustrating, but I've been in this position before. Had slow starts before, so I just tried to figure it out. I think a couple of those shots, though, I definitely were rushing, trying to get it all back at once, and sometimes that, I can get in my own way sometimes, thinking too much and trying to get those shots back, but try to settle in as much as I can. My teammates look for me. Cam got me 2 open threes, which, was good for me. I left you. So just getting comfortable, get more comfortable, and, hopefully I'll knock them down next game.
What was that 3 weeks like for you to knowing you were getting ready to play and then happened on the pregame and then to work your way back to getting back out on the floor?
Yeah, it was frustrating, but I've been through rehabs and injuries before, so I just try to, go in there and, every day just try to be the best that I can in the rehab and focus on that. And when I'm ready to play, I'll be ready to play. So I'm looking forward to keep building, though, man. It's been in and out the lineup for me since January, so I want to get some consistent minutes with the guys, some good reps in with the guys.
I know you've obviously played in a lot of huge games in your career, but do you still get kind of nervous for a night like this, or what's that like?
Yeah, I was just saying that to the guys in the locker room that it's hard for me to get sleep today. It was hard for me to stop thinking about the game, and sometimes you can want it too bad, and you come out there and play like, you start rushing and start being uncharacteristic. So I'm glad I'm back. I'm glad I'm into the zone and playing again and being around the guys and being one of the guys again. So just keep building from here.
How did you feel you settled in defensively, or you've been settling in defensively with this group?
Pretty good. I think I can provide some versatility to the group and rebounding as well. And we were all on the same page. We had a few mistakes, but that happens in the game. But I think for the most part, we're on the same page to hold this team to 100 points. I think they won 4 or 5 in a row. It's pretty good for us. So just keep building on that.
Have you learned over the years when shots aren't falling, that's the side to use your energy on?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, just throughout the game, defense always comes first. And regardless of shots going in, we still got to defend and rebound. And we had a little slump there to start the fourth quarter and start the third quarter, but we worked our way out of it by guarding up and getting rebounds and getting out in transition, getting some easy points.
Kevin, you've obviously been through injuries in your career, but Jimmy falls into your knee, and then you have that crazy ankle turn. Did you feel like somebody laid a curse on you or something?
Hell no, I mean, look at my life. Somebody cursed me? You can't say that, though, man. I mean, shit, when I leave this arena now, my life looked pretty good, but it's just part of the game, man. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. I wish I'd have kept – I felt like I was going to play 82 games this year, but it is what it is. I learned how to conquer different parts of the game. Rehab is one of them, so I just try to do my best in that and come back and pick up where I left off.
Okay, when you're coming into a team that's played with each other for a long time, obviously this group's gone to the playoffs a few times before, how do you go about trying to fit in and kind of find your rhythm as I kind of do that?
Just playing the right way for one, but also knowing what I bring to the table and knowing how I can help this team and inject some energy into this team on the defensive side of the ball, scoring in transition, scoring in the mid-range, shooting a three. So just having confidence in myself and the work that I put in, but also knowing that, just to play the right way, simple as that.
What did it feel like to finally get out there, man? You're on this court in front of that fan base, folks been waiting on you. Did you have a minute to, this is pretty cool? Like, what did it feel like?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I tried not to bask in it too much. I know everybody was anticipating and waiting on it since the last time I stepped on the floor for warm-ups, so I'm glad we was able to do it again and get through it and move on from here. So every game we get to play at home, it's good for our camaraderie, our chemistry. We want to protect our home floor, and, tonight was another night.
Did the pregame warm-up feel different at all?
Nah, I didn't. Nah, man. It was everything felt normal. Like I said, I'm glad I'm out there.
You changed shoes at halftime? I know that's fairly common around the league, but was there any certain reason why?
Yeah, because I was 1 for 8. I was just trying to find something. So yeah, I try to find something, but I made more shots the second half, so I guess it helped.
Hey, from your perspective, man, the defense, was it more the scheme or more the effort?
Both. I think that's when both of those things align. I think that's when you have a night like this. Like I said, 100 points from the field. 100 points on the night, 44% shooting, and we didn't shoot the ball well. So when we don't shoot the ball well, we still can get stops like that. I think that's what makes us dangerous. So we're all on the same page, communicating, talking, playing extremely hard. We can get a lot done.
Thanks, Kelly.